Hello, and welcome to another chapter of a tome pulled right off the shelves at the heart of the jackals. This is Rigar, Part 4, Mistake. Let's get to work.
Shit! The sword is in there. I never should have left it in the hut while I was out exploring. What do I do now? Could I sneak in and get it? No! There's way too many. One, two, this, at least 7, and that's just what I can see from here. I have to move out. Make a new camp somewhere. I can't stay there long. I gotta keep moving. I can't have these things find me. Korvoth resisted the urge to leave for a single moment, but eventually found his legs taking him away from the closest thing to home he had in this forsaken place, and his sword. The only weapon he had that he knew could kill those golems swarming over the village. He rested after spending the rest of the day trudging through the desolate wasteland. In a small cave, he didn't dare light a fire. Instead, he gathered moss and grass, nestling his form in a tight, almost warm bundle, miserable for the entire bleak night. At dawn, he moved out, stopping only when he came across the remains of an ruined stone tower laying on its side. He stowed some gear, things he knew he could make again given enough time, but would be useful if he came back this way. Then he marked the site, shaping a hexagon out of some twigs and tying it together and hanging it off of an outcrop of stone a little ways off. The tower would be hard to see, covered in overgrowth as it was, but the stone spike stood out against the sea of dark green waving grass. Korvoth searched the area, gathering worms and bugs, cooking them in the smallest fire he thought he could get away with. The ruin hid most of the smoke. He felt exhausted. He'd marched through most of yesterday and set a grueling pace today. He had one thing over the golems. They couldn't move very fast. Korvoth focused on breaking up rocks. Lothran had taught him how to smash stones to make simple tools. Pick up a decent-sized rock and throw it at a larger one. Keep doing that till you get a shape you might be able to use. It took a few hours and a lot of throwing, but by the end of the day he had a couple small examples and a decent-sized chunk that was almost the right shape for a stone axe. A little bit more work and it'd be just right. He harvested the only tree he'd seen in the entire trip out here, making a short club. Hopefully he'd be able to make the stone to fit to it just right. Tonight, he'd spend that in the tower. Moving on whether his experiments were a success or not. There were always more rocks somewhere else. He kept his tiny flame going. Not enough to keep him warm, but enough to give him the smallest bit of comfort. The flame, it soothed his tension-filled thoughts. Something about it, the way it moved randomly, the smell of the smoke, the small bit of heat, it helped him feel safe. Safer-ish. It was a weird feeling. It was comforting, just a little. He got some sleep, but woke up to the call of a strange beast in the middle of the night. After that, he couldn't keep his eyes shut more than a few minutes. He felt unnerved to his very core. Tiny. Alone. The winds continued to scrape at the corners of his frayed mind. Rigar sucks. Oh, it sucks so bad.
And so it is. Our time together has once more come to a close. I'm your host, Lothran, and this was Rigar, Part 4, Mistake, another tale from the heart of the jackals. Go ahead, Korvoth.
Yes, sir. That's the end of it today, folks. Please leave all your comments, questions, and kindnesses down below. Don't be a jerk, though. Don't forget to stay safe out there, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to show your support. Good night and good luck. Bye-bye, everybody. See you again tomorrow.